This week's Sports Star Spotlight takes us to the state of Washington to meet twin sisters who are breaking records in pole vaulting. It's a term you hear thrown around a lot by sports fans. The GOAT, or the greatest of all time. He's the GOAT in this sport, she's the GOAT in that sport, and so on. The term is used so much it's probably lost its meaning. But if you're talking about the greatest high school pole vaulters of all time, you must be talking about twin sisters, Amanda and Hana Moll.
They are the best high school female vaulters ever to this point.
These are stunningly capable athletes, and most really, really smart coaches that sit next to me and watch them are like, wow.
The seniors at Capitol High School in Olympia, Washington are dominating their sport and setting records along the way. But how did they get to this point? They were both very active as youngsters. They loved hiking and rock climbing, but the sport they focused on the most was gymnastics.
Adventurous spirit, yeah, definitely sums them up.
They were always testing the limits and scaring me as a mom. And my husband always kind of pushed, encouraged those limits because he wasn't as afraid.
We did gymnastics and rock climbing, and all of those are pretty active acrobatic sports. So I think we liked the upside down element and the progress that you can't be good at the beginning. You have to get you right there.
The girls' parents decided to get them into track and field in the 7th grade, and Coach Mike Strong knew they had potential, but he had to figure out which event suited them the best.
I got an opportunity to meet them, and I asked them about their background, and some of that background was gymnastics. They were little at that time, and I said, well, maybe we need to get them right into pole vault, which we did, but I continued to work on them as multi-eventers.
We just tried it out, and we were like, yeah, I wanna try that again. And we just kept doing it, and then, we kind of fell in love with it, and then here we are.
Amanda went 14.3 3/4 in 9th grade, and so that changed my thrust toward the pole vault compared to the multi-events.
As you get more comfortable pushing the boundaries, you develop more skills, then the safety level actually goes up quite a bit, and so I think that gave them confidence.
As the girls gained confidence and found some early success, they decided to take it to another level. They make a 1-hour trip to Seattle regularly to train with the Northwest Pole Vault Club to fine-tune their craft.
Pole vault's not a very common sport, and especially in Washington, so if we're gonna go somewhere good, you're gonna have to, well, at least we're gonna have to travel far. It takes time, certainly. It takes a lot of practice, and just having, I guess, a good mental approach, because it's a hugely mental sport.
Without fail, twice a week they're up pole vaulting with me. Kudos to the parents. That's can be a 90-minute drive in both directions twice a week. I think the girls are doing homework in the car and stuff like that.
As far as scheduling, I'm very fortunate to have my mom to help with that. She's extremely good at that sort of thing.
I don't feel like I really do that much, but I coordinate, the travel stuff for the meets, and I do try to make sure we have a lot of, healthy things at home and help guide them, with their nutrition. But at this point in their age, they pretty much know, and they do a great job themselves.
How good are these girls exactly? In their junior year, Amanda broke the United States high school record by clearing 14 feet 9.5 inches. And Hana was right behind her with a personal best of 14 feet 8 inches. Amanda then went on to capture the United States U20 Championship last June. Then at the U20 World Championship in Columbia in August, it was Hana taking center stage as she brought home the gold. So you're looking at one U.S. champion and one world champion. The girls continue to literally raise the bar as seniors. In their recent indoor season, Hana surpassed Amanda's previous high school record by clearing 14 feet 10 inches. But Amanda set the record again by becoming the first American high school girl to clear 15 feet. Despite being world-class athletes with unlimited potential, they don't view themselves as any better than their high school teammates. Even though everyone would understand if they just focused on the pole vault, the girls compete in multiple events. They won a state championship in the 4x100 meter relay last spring and helped the Cougars capture a team state championship as well.
You would never guess that they are, number 1 and number 2 pole vaulters in the nation. They are team leaders, they are kind, they are considerate.
It was fun seeing, just the joy they're having with their other teammates.
So what's next? After they compete against each other for a state title this spring, they'll be off to the University of Washington. And long term, there's certainly the potential that they could compete in the Olympics. With the future in mind, there's one number their coaches put in their heads: 17.
I said, you know, the world record is 16.7 in the pole vault for the women. I said, and you know, we have to think about the progress of pole vaulting, and better athletes and faster athletes get into the pole vault, the world record is going to change. And I think we have to be thinking about 17 feet at some point. And so both the girls put on their corkboard 17 feet as their lifetime goal.
It's very up there, but I think eventually 17 feet would be really cool, but it's something to reach for, definitely.
Impossible? Nothing is impossible for these two because they're more than just training partners. These sisters are also best friends, and they're going to push each other until one day, one of them could truly become the greatest of all time.
We have each other. You know, most people have friends at meets that they can talk to, but I have a best friend that I can come practice with every day and push ourselves.
There's experiences that only each other can relate, and they recognize that. So there's a maturity to that relationship that I think is also special.
Of all the kids that dream about being Olympians, mostly none of them are ever going to be there. These two don't even speak of it, and they will very likely be there. Whenever it happens, and whether it does, they will be perhaps the best two pole vaulters the United States has ever had. I really think that it's possible.
Thanks for checking out Sports Stars of Tomorrow on YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like, and please subscribe to our channel so you see all of the latest content.